Right, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan, the channel where we share your Thailand stories, mainly about the relationships that you guys have got involved in here in Thailand. And we hope that the stories that we share can help others from making the same mistakes as all of you guys that have written into me. Now guys, for some time I've kept my own life private here in Thailand as I have had no choice. For those that don't know, I have a son who is 2 years and 9 months old, and I love him very much and is my only reason for staying in Thailand, because without him I would definitely go home. I have been here for 7 years now guys. I understand way too much and I've enjoyed it. It's been an experience, but that experience has ran its course now and I would love to go home. However, my son's here and at the moment we've been sharing responsibility. We've been living separately. My son's been staying there and then staying with me, etc. And we've been sharing that responsibility until recently, where I won't go into the details, but she stopped me from seeing my son for almost 2 weeks. So obviously my head has literally fallen on the floor and I've not been able to concentrate with anything, not been able to work, not been able to do anything guys, because I've been worried. I've not been sure what's been going on and it's been literally like hell. So be thankful guys if you don't have children with a Thai woman, but you've had a bad experience. You can learn from it and you can move on, and hopefully it doesn't happen again to you. But there are a lot of guys here that are looking after their children alone because the Thai woman's left them. There's guys that can't see the children because the Thai woman has been demanding a large amount of money and maybe the guy can't afford it. There's many different reasons guys, and there's a lot of ugly reasons why guys cannot see their children, or guys are left alone to look after their children alone here in Thailand. So be thankful if you've not got a child and you can just move on. Right guys, so let's move on to today's Thailand story. We have a guy that has fallen in love with a freelancer from Soi 7, that's where he met her, in Jomtien, Pattaya, and he's fallen hard. So hopefully, as always guys, you can wake him up, hopefully in the comments. So without further ado, let's get into today's Thailand story. Hi Dan, I have seen all your YouTube videos since I visited Jomtien, Pattaya 2 years ago on a solo trip. I fell in love with a freelancer working off a small bar in Jomtien, Soi 7. I had been there only 1 week out of a 3-week stay. I went to the bar around about 12 o'clock at night, hanging around with an acquaintance, and we had been drinking the whole night. He proposed that we continue drinking and go bar hopping. I reluctantly agreed. When we sat there, a small Thai lady looking a little Chinese came down the stairs and sat down nearby. I was at that point feeling the comfortable feeling of rising alcohol in my blood. Normally, I am a little shy and an introverted person, but I approached her and started to talk with her. She was very friendly and charming. After that, we stayed together for the rest of my holiday.
Shit, here we go again.
And that is how fast these ladies can get hold of you. She later on admitted that she had seen me in the bar's video surveillance system when she was upstairs washing her hair. I guess you get a little good judging characters when you work in this business, so she probably made me a target right away. Now Dan, your videos warned about bar girls and freelancers trying to get as much cash out of you as possible. However, she did not fit the bill exactly, as she didn't ask for much money when we stayed together. Only small amounts a couple of times, and the only thing that annoyed me a few times was that she could ask that we go to certain bars where I ended up paying for members of staff and her friends' drinks. On one occasion, I got up and started to leave, and she rushed after me and behaved apologetic about it. This was my first experience with Thailand alone, and I guess that I not only fell in love with that lady, but everything evolving around Thailand and the Thai culture. Although the lifestyle of such individual hardly can be classified as healthy, and she sometimes become very drunk late at night, she did not touch alcohol before evening, and sometimes we didn't drink more than a couple of beers. She followed me to the airport on my final day, and we had a very emotional moment there. Oh Tirak, I see you soon na. You come back soon na. You send me money every month na. Job na. Since then, my life has been a roller coaster of emotions as we stayed in touch on video chat daily, and I seemed to constantly try to decipher some of her cryptic messages now and then, and also try to figure out what her intentions with me are. She stopped working in the bar as a cashier because I expressed dissatisfaction, and she ended up working in a friend's restaurant. She sometimes goes out drinking with her lady friends and gets quite drunk. On those occasions, I had felt nervous because I had started to take in the possibility that she went with a customer, which I guess is to be expected with a freelancer. She always assures me that she would not do that to me, and I think until this day I can with great certainty say that she did not do that because she always stayed in contact with me throughout the day into late at night. However, the money issue came slowly creeping up on me as time progressed. It gradually increased over time, and I guess by then I was becoming a monthly sponsor of hers. It was problematic, but I accepted this for the most part because of course I was afraid she would go off at some point selling her flower, and partly also for me falling victim of the white knight syndrome, as I clearly could see that she came from a not so wealthy background. I guess this is what you refer to as the long game. Now after some time she agreed to leave Pattaya and go home and set up a food shop by the road in a small Isan town close to the border of Laos. I, of course, helped her with money so she could set up the shop. Those months were the most pleasant ones for me, as I could see she becoming a more relaxed and peaceful edition of herself. At some point in November last year, I was finally going to visit her and her family, but I got cold feet and aborted the trip. She did not like this and said she would now go to a border town in the east of Thailand, near Malaysia. She went there and started working as a hostess in a KTV. Again, I felt intimidated by the work she did and what it could possibly lead up to. She would forgive me not coming to Thailand, and things were almost as it had been. After a month had passed away, I stayed in Thailand for a week and she came and stayed with me. We had a really good time and it was hard going back. Now, I planned coming back in January, but this time I also cancelled, mainly because of money problems. Of course, I have to admit, mainly caused by me supporting her, but also how the state of the general economic situation was and still is. Despite all this, we have stayed in contact until this day. I was supposed to come to Thailand again during Songkran, but this I have also cancelled. All I have left now is a long-term experience with long-distance relationship with a 3-week period that we stayed together and had fun and enjoyment. I know I have been a fool and that I should never have agreed on supporting her like that. Still, I feel a little sad and down because I know I will miss having those chats with her every day, and it still feels like I love her.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm as stupid as stupid does.
If only we could have worked out a better arrangement around money, I think we could have been able to progress the relationship and I could have had the means to come to visit her in Thailand. Now, my conclusion after all this time is that you probably are right, in that you should never date a bar girl or a freelancer in Thailand. But I also wonder if that is the case with normal Thai girls also. I think she gave me some of the nicest, most enjoyable moments during the short period we stayed together, and that is probably not good for me, as this will stand as some sort of standard now when you keep the money issue out of the equation at least. I have got Thai girls and Thailand on my mind, and all I dream about now is to be able to retire and stay longer periods of time in Thailand, preferably in the winter months here in Northern Europe, as I hate the snow and the cold climate. Kind regards, Morton. Right, thank you very much for sharing your own Thailand story, and this story goes to show how easy it is for the right type of woman to approach a certain foreign man and get him hooked really fast and get that guy to basically pay for her, take care of her for the whole holiday, and then get a monthly sponsorship out of the guy, even when you're a bar girl or a freelancer. It's amazing how fast these girls can do it. And my advice, guys, to keep this short and sweet is that everything here is mostly based around money. And especially when you're meeting a girl from the bar or a freelancer, you're just a customer, everything is money. If you decide to sponsor that woman, marry that woman, be with that woman, in this day and age, right here, right now in 2024, you are just becoming a much better long-term customer. And if that money ever stops or you annoy that woman in any way with whatever she wants, such as a shop, a house, a car, medical bills, etc., you're going to get a lot of drama and a lot of problems, and she can quickly turn and change and jump on dating sites, speaking to other men, trying to get another foreigner that's better than you, and when she finds him, she will swap you out. It can be that ruthless. And if you don't believe me, listen to the subscribers of this channel. Read the comments down below and listen to what other people have to say. There needs to be a time, guys, where this kind of stops now, because for this story, as an example, all this guy has done has helped. All he's done is he's helped build this woman's ego to show her that she is absolutely awesome and she can get money off like any foreigner with absolute ease. And then we get a phone call. Take two. Right, guys, I'm back. Where was I? Basically, all you're doing is building her ego up and making her even more ruthless and more ready for the next guy. Now, imagine if it was you. If you was poor and you didn't have much money, and you're working in a job like that where you're selling yourself. Yeah, you might not be enjoying it. You might be missing your kids. God knows what. If you can get a guy that's that easy to pay you a certain amount of money each and every month, and you're based in a place like Pattaya, where you're getting brand new foreigners arriving on a daily basis, you're gonna clean up. You're gonna jump onto the next, then you're gonna hustle the next. And yes, you're going to video call them every single day and stay in contact every single day, because that is your job. You need to make sure that that guy stays in love with you, yeah? You need to make sure that that guy is happy. You need to make sure that that guy is definitely going to keep sending money. He's going to stay in love with you. You've got to keep him on that hook, and you've got to keep reeling him in. Even times when you come over to Thailand, she might be busy, she might have another man, but she will still do her best to see you, because that is part of her business. That is a chunk of her income. So she has to keep you happy as best as it is. And I know it's horrible to believe that and think that and imagine that this woman could be as ruthless as that, but to them, it's just business. And you have to accept sometimes the reality of what it is, and that you are just a customer. Swallow your pride, understand it, move on, play the game if you still want to continue to play around with these girls, but definitely do not get involved in a relationship, and definitely do not invest money into them when you can't even afford it. You're struggling back in your own home country. You already went on about the economy, and you're feeding this woman money who you don't even really know, and you only spent a few weeks with in total. When you think about it, it's insane. But I understand a pretty girl can turn your head, and in all honesty, from reading your story, it sounds like you're a little lonely as well. But my advice would be jump on the dating sites at home and try your best to meet a woman. And if it's just about hormones or whatever, then of course Thailand is always readily available for you. But just don't date them. Be careful. It is shark infested waters out there, and mostly it is about the money, unfortunately. But guys, what do you think? Please tell this subscriber down in the comments. And if you've got your own Thailand related story that you'd like to share on the channel in order to help others, then please take the time out to type it out and email it to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. Hopefully I'll be a lot more active now, get back into a routine. Hopefully I've got my son tomorrow or the next day. I'm very, very excited to see him again. I've missed him like crazy. It's the longest time I've been away from him. And it's been very, 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 very difficult, because he is my motivation for being here. He is my motivation for working. He's my motivation for doing what I'm doing. So it's been difficult to say the least, but hopefully this chapter I can move past it. But I'm not stupid also, guys. There probably will be more and more problems in the future, which I can't control. I just have to control how I personally deal with it, and I need to be a lot more stronger than I have been for the past 2 weeks. Right guys, take it easy. Hope you're all safe out there. Have a good time if you're here for Songkran, guys. It's not long now. It's going to be absolute chaos. Ciao for now, guys. Bye bye.